Yes, it's that smooth spitting, fast talking host with the most. It's Sony Wright, and this is Write Your Own History TV. Before I go any further, I want to first thank the Most High for giving me this moment in time. Well, for giving us this moment in time to showcase our excellence. With that being said, what's righteous, y'all? Happy Monday. We got a dope show tonight. We got black-owned clothing brand Imperial Legacy pulling up. We're going to chop it up with them, talk about what got them on the path to fashion, what inspired them, talk about New York Fashion Week, talk about their private exclusive runway show that I had the opportunity of being a part of, and talk about their eye-popping designs and what inspired them. And we're going to have a good time. So sit back, relax, get your drink, get your smoke, get your water, your ginger ale, your cookies, get your chips, whatever it is, whatever you gotta do to chill, do that. And we're gonna have a great time. Share the video. And once again, salute to Jessica, salute to Samantha in the building, salute to y'all. Once again, this is a positive platform. While I do encourage everyone to be honest and network and talk with each other, there's no derogatory or no defamatory comments on this platform. Please and thank you. Once again, Imperial Legacy Clothing is in the building. Oh, we're going to have a great show. Matter of fact, I'm going to get them. Let's get them. I can't wait to get it started. I just want to get it started. Once again, share the video, everybody. Again, this is a positive platform all about networking, connecting, and building relations. No derogatory or defamatory comments in this platform. Not that I never had that as a problem. I just want to make that clear. You know what I'm saying? So share the live. We're gonna have a good time. Let me get these people up in the building, man. Let me send these invites to get this thing going on, because they are the vibe of them, the people, the models, the designers, everybody. The vibe was incredible. I had the opportunity to host and be invited to the New York Fashion Week private runway show. It was incredible. It was amazing. The vibe, the people, the clothing, it was eye-popping. The designs, the way they put things together, it was just amazing. It was such a beautiful thing. It was positive. It was, it just had that feeling of just new and just refreshing. So shout out to them. I can't wait. I want y'all to get involved and up. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's going down. It's going down. We're gonna create magic in the hour, people. Okay, it just said, hold on. It just said they're unable to join. I'm trying to figure out why. Let's see what's going on. Hold on. Let's see what's going on. All right, here we go. Here we go. There we go. What's going on, y'all? Good evening. Can y'all hear me well?
We can hear you.
Yeah, we hear you.
Good evening, y'all. How y'all doing? First of all, I want to thank y'all for being a part of this platform and giving us this moment in time. I want to thank y'all. Salute to y'all. Thanks for pulling up. Before we get started, before we dive into what you guys, what inspired you guys, and what y'all bring to the fashion world, I want to give people that don't know who you are a quick story, because I did some research on y'all, and your story is incredible. What I'm about to say is just the tip of the iceberg of what you guys embody and what you guys represent as far as fashion and what you got going on. So before we get started, I just want to give a quick, I want to give you guys your flowers. I want to give y'all flowers, and because we always wait till people are not here to be actually given the flowers, to give these flowers. So I want to give you guys your flowers real fast before we get the interview started. So for those that don't know, this is Imperial Legacy in the building, black-owned sibling business, brother and sister. This is a brand that's about groundbreaking, cutting-edge designs. It's inspiring a whole new generation of fashion and style. It's about unity, leaving a legacy, being creative. At the same time, which I thought this was dope, what you guys doing, it's also bringing awareness to mental health, and I thought that was very interesting. It's a brand that represents leadership, and all the above. It's, again, like I said, black owned, brother and sister, led by one Gabriel Marcus, who's the creative mastermind behind all the designs, all the eye popping designs that I was there. I saw them, from the earrings to the dresses to the shoes. Incredible. Alongside with his sister Faith, who handles the business and everything in between. She does, what females do, if you know what I mean. They do what they do, So I want to salute to you guys, give you guys your flowers. At the same time, thank y'all for allowing me to be a part of that New York Fashion private runway show. It was amazing, and a salute to y'all again. Thank y'all, and I'm just want to clap it up and give y'all flowers. So thank y'all again. So I just wanted to get that out there before we really get into this interview. Yeah, so that's that. So first off, this, this question may sound a little cliche, but what got y'all into the fashion business? What inspired that business mind to get into the fashion world? And as siblings, who was did you have to, one of you have to talk the other into it, or was this a collective idea?
No, most definitely. Since growing up, I always wanted to be a fashion designer. Always wanted to do something with my art. So, and I felt it was a way for me to begin creating generational wealth for my family. So, with my sister, I thought it was cool to bring her in so we could show people how like siblings could actually do something. So I had to kind of like, I guess, not bribe her, but kind of slowly but surely, she got more and more into it, and now it's a 50-50 thing.
That's beautiful. What are the pros and cons of being brother and sister as far as being in the business and growing the business?
We don't never get a break from each other.
Yeah, that's like a pro and a con, right? Because we're really close. We're definitely each other's like support system, but we don't have any breaks, so we definitely argue.
Yeah.
we're siblings at the core of everything.
That's a beautiful thing. I also think that is dope that again, being at the fashion show and meeting you guys and just seeing how professional and how y'all ran the fashion show and the runway show, it was so incredible, the vibe and the professionalism, and just it because to me that wasn't a show, it was an experience. You know what I'm saying? It was because for those that don't know, Imperial, the clothing, it's eye popping, it's eye catching, it's very to me artistic and illustrative, and it has a message in it. And I want to know what's in your mind when you're creating these things. Like, what do you like? Is there a specific thing, or is there just like it just as you go along you get a feeling, as you're going along you design, you just get feelings and you just see things differently. So like I always want to know, because what I saw was like you can't, it's not regular thinking, it's definitely left field thinking. So what's the mindset of that?
I would say it just depends. I get inspired by any and everything. So I might start on one thing and then might get inspired to break it out and do completely other, like kind of split it up. Everything around me always is like something. So I'm always like taking notes on things so I can go back and kind of add it into something later on.
Okay, cool. And what influence does your sister have in the final product, like the final say when it's gonna hit the floor or go to a model?
Basically, he's very, very creative, and I'm always having to edit. So he'll make a collection and there's probably 60 different pieces,
Hmm.
and it's my job to cut that down to 15 or 20, sometimes 10, 12, depending on what we're doing. So I kind of come in and decide out of everything he's doing what I think is going to be the best stuff to put out.
That's dope. Um, are you, Mr. Marcus, Korea? Are you, as far as, because I want to get this out there. A lot of people say they're designers, but they're not really designers. And you're actually a designer as far as cut and sew, and you actually put everything together from nothing to something. So, is that something you was that self-taught, or is that something you learned that you was taught? And also to Faith, did you learn the same thing? Because I just thought about, what if he got like, if something happened, he was able to create the way he does. Would you be able to kind of fill in for him?
I'll let you go first.
Um, a lot of stuff I do came from my family. My mother, my aunt, my father. So they kind of showed me some things growing up, like especially like making jewelry and things like that. That came from my dad. My aunt used to work at this clothing store back in the day called it became Lane Bryant with like sizes back in the day. So I used to go with her. She was telling me about colors and styles and cuts and so on and so on that, you know, men don't usually get to hear about. So it kind of influenced me to think a little differently. And then my mom, you know, she was always stitching stuff up since I was a young kid. So I kind of translated all those things into what we do now.
Dope. That's dope.
And like he said, we're always around each other. So I've taken sewing classes so that I can learn how to sew, and I know how to use some of his woodworking tools, and I watch everything that he does. And where we're at now, I basically know everything that he knows. So if something were to happen, he made sure that his legacy will live on.
Now that's dope. That's keeping everything in house. To your brother, real fast. I just thought about this too. Growing up, like you said, you were, you know, like you said, we don't, as men or boys, we don't get put on to like fashion or color at the end of that day because, and especially in the black community, it's considered, most of the women are doing that. It's considered just different. You know, it's not really accepted. It's not considered manly. It's considered more feminine. So did that affect how you did it, how you moved in school, or, you know, how did that affect you coming up and wanting to get involved in fashion?
Well, I mean, I was a little bit hesitant because, you know, people automatically assume things when you're like too fashion orientated. High school, especially, I just kind of always did my own thing. I would always just, back then, it was like all about Karl Kani, cross colors, you know, Maurice Malone, such and such, you know, and the colors. So I always was attracted to the colors, and I just got to the point where I was like, well, you know what? I don't really care what other people think. I'm just going to go ahead and do me. And that's how we kind of got to where we are now.
That's the, I mean, that I asked that because as a man, it's that could destroy your dream depending on how, and you can believe in it depending on how much you're getting that backlash, or how, and even when it starts with, especially within the family, because if the family is giving you that backlash, it's really hard for you to go on and pursue that dream because the family is giving you the backlash, the negativity. But so I salute to you by taking that and still being able to keep going and be confident enough and believe in yourself enough to be like, yo, I don't mean, because, and no, I'm gonna take the right word, being courageous, because it takes courage to really go left and go with your mental and follow your dream and chase no matter what anyone thinks of you or what nobody else says. So salute to you for being courageous. And I want to ask your sister, Faith, did you ever have to lean on you for just that yo, come on, bro, don't listen to them, bro. You come on, you know your gift, you know what God gave you.
Definitely. I feel like as an artist, you know, as a creative, you're sensitive about your work. And when you display it to the world isn't always so nice about it. And I feel like I'm always reminding him like how dope he is, how great he is. And I'm always making sure that he gets his flowers so that he never forgets just how gifted and talented he is.
So that's salute to you, sis. What Mr. Marcus, I'm gonna call Mr. Marcus. I'm gonna call you K because I keep, for some reason, I keep seeing your name as Cabrino, but I know it's Cabrillo, but my mind is saying Cabrino for some reason. So I'm just gonna call you K. What I heard you mention Karl Kani. What other designers inspired you, and what about them inspired you? Like, what was it? Their style, their cut, their signature?
Like, so for Karl Kani, I mean, the first time I saw it in the store, I remember it was like we had like the I guess the imprinted belts with the big buckle on it, and it's just it was the name off the back. I was like, I saw it, and I used to think it was like Karl Kani when I first saw it, and I was like, oh, okay, I heard it pronounced right. And I was like, okay, it's Kani. But just like the way he put the patterns together, the colors, and I remember like watching from like the t-shirts and the jeans to get into like full fits and shoes and commercials and everything like that. And I was like, well, when I seen him do it, it kind of inspired me. Like, you know, I saw how he came up, so I was like, you know, I'm gonna do the same thing, just like that. So that's one of my main favorite designers. I'm also a big fan of cross colors, colorways, of course. There was one in I'm gonna say mid '90s called I think it's called Major Damage, which is all like leather stuff.
Oh, that was like, hard back in the day.
Yeah, I used to love that right there. So, and then Pelly Pelly, of course, the jacket wise, you know. So what I did was I took all my favorite companies and try to combine it into what I want to do for our company.
That's dope.
Instead of being like one niche, just have a big everything, like not stop nowhere. So that's the whole thing, like a full worldwide takeover.
You actually, when the names you mentioned and seeing the clothes you presented on the runway, you got that. You got that. because a lot of people don't. The names you mentioned, these are classic names from back in the day. Cross Colors and Major Damage and Carl Canal. These were trendsetters. These were people designers that were doing things that are like, what the? And the fact that Canal was black. It was like, yo, hold
Yeah,
on, hold on. It's like hold on, we could do this too. Like, hold on,
yes.
we got a leg in this. So that was dope. I want to do a quick crossover with the because I kind of want to talk about the mental awareness, bringing awareness to mental health, and because I always think that's um a huge topic that needs to be talked about more in the Black community because we see it so much as I'm a right, the cliche, and we don't believe in so-called therapy and talking to people outside of the family and so and so is it's a weakness. So I like to touch on that. What actually made you entangle the fashion with bringing with the bringing awareness to mental health, and is that something you always want to do, or did you come to that with an experience or something that happened?
I would say something I always want to do. I always want to be a psychologist and deal with like mental health as my way to give back to people.
Hmm.
'Cause I always felt like, it's not enough to make money, but I also got to see what I can do to translate it back into the community and build my people up. So growing up, like art was like my escape. So when I felt some kind of way, I would like either create something, write something out, and that's what I went to. That's how I did it. So I had good parents and everything, but sometimes parents don't always understand what a child is going through exactly, and they may try to help, or some of them may not even try to help. So as I got older, looking back and getting more and more into mental health, I decided that I want to do something to like basically like to give back and to really help by using what I learned to help like young people get over their like hurdles and
That's dope. Also, I want to get your opinion. Also, Faith, what was your intake and input on entangling that with the brand and the company?
Basically, we're on the same page. I used to be a teacher, so mental health is very important, especially since COVID with the youth and everything. So being able to add fashion to it and kind of our take on making mental health cool, making it something that you want to talk about.
Mm. That's dope because like your brother mentioned, especially like also yourself with the youth, because a lot of times being as a parent myself and growing up, having my mom, she didn't always understand, what I was going through because she wasn't me. And sometimes they don't even have the time to even try to understand because they work in two jobs or they're in school. They try to just take care of the essentials, the home, and provide certain things. So I think it's very important that we make it, like you said, cool to talk about mental health because a lot of us, especially men and women, but I say more men because we have this ego bravado about us that we feel we can't be emotional. And when I say emotional, I don't mean complaining about stuff, just being able to show your emotions. It's a difference. Being able to show your emotions is a very manly thing. And this society we live in got it twisted as far as we have to be like so tough where everything is pinned in. And so much of us need out here need a hug. It needs to be someone to say I love you and really shown love. And we don't get that at a young age because we're taught it's weak. Even sometimes by our parents unconsciously, what you crying for? Boys don't cry, or this, that, and the third. I see a lot of parents tell their young kids that, especially young boys, and then I don't think they mean it to be malicious, but it's just how we're brought up. It's passed down. So I think that's dope that what you guys are doing and doing that and through a fashion way where it can be accepted, where it's not forced onto people. You know what I mean? So quickly, how like because looking at the fashion, is the fashion? I'm talking about the actual clothing. Is it meant to speak to people in a certain way, and like just inspire or motivate in a certain way? And did you have that in mind when you're doing the creation?
always it's always about
Absolutely.
inspiring, giving inspiration when you see it, whether it's the design, the color combination. I want people to be able to wear it and feel like they're being expressed even without saying a word at all.
Mm. Mhm. I ask that because being able to create something from threads and with a vision in mind, I always thought or believed that the artist had an end result and feeling that he wants the person wearing that clothing to feel, whether it's confidence, whether it's like, yo, I'm, taking someone that didn't have any confidence in anything, and then they put it on, it's like, yo, I feel like, whew, yeah, I feel Imperial Legacy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I can take over the whole world tonight. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
or whatever the case may be. So that I think that's very dope. I think it brings out, it makes the clothing more more visually eye catching, because it's like in poem or music, people, you got to be believable. The clothes have to speak in a certain way, and I think you do that, you embody that very well as far as your fashion. I want to dive in. How do you? Because your models were dope, and you had a very different. You didn't have one particular type of model. You had all types of models, like, and I thought that was super dope. Shade, size, length, it was dope. So how do you pick your models, and how does a model even get in contact with you to be a part of what you got going on?
Uh, So some of the models that we've worked with in the past when we were doing other people's shows. So we met them through there and they just kept in touch. Sometimes we'll do castings where everybody can come out. We have like a open link where they can always apply, but we're pretty nice. And at the end of the day, we just want you to feel good. And so when it comes to our models, we want our models to represent our brand. So our brand is for anybody and everybody. We just want you to be confident. And so for us, like, I feel like that's basically the main thing. Like, when we pick our models, it's the confidence that they have, and that's why they end up walking for us.
Yeah, and that was, you hit it on the head. Confidence, because every model that walked in that runway had a confidence about them that no matter what's going on, if it was nobody in the room, they would have had that same walk. And you know what I'm saying? And you felt it in the room. You felt it with each walk and each model, and you felt the camaraderie, the family. Even though I know behind the scenes it's probably chaotic because you never see, and that's what I thought was dope, because it was the models came out such in a fast. It was so quick with the change in the clothes. I was like, yo, they popping back there. Like, yeah, it wasn't a dull moment. Once it got cracking, it was like, what? Yo, they changing quick. How he get that? So I think that's dope, and it's very professional about what you guys are doing, and I was, again, happy to be a part of what you got going on, and that night was such incredible. I want to ask you, how was it to you? How was that night to you guys? Like, because sometimes we never get, from the people that do it, because we don't understand how crazy from the modeling, from doing this, because he was back there doing designs. When I walked back there, he was back there actually doing sipping. I said, yo, he's actually still doing this. So this how was it for you guys? Like, the good, the bad, all of it. How was it?
It was stressful. It was
I mean, it's
rewarding.
I
always
like
a
that
little stressful,
honesty.
but it was. I mean, but it was a vibe though. It was a
Yeah.
good vibe.
Yeah, and I feel like everybody had a good time in the audience, in the runway. I just feel like everybody that was a part of it had a good time, and that's what made everything leading up to it worth it. The fact that everybody left just like, oh my God, when are you guys gonna do another show? And it was like, okay, we
Yeah.
definitely left happy.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, it was, because you couldn't tell it was stressful from the outside looking in. From what my standpoint, the stage and the runway, backstage, you couldn't tell it was stressful at all. So y'all did a great job with that. Um, what is Imperial Legacy like? Where the name comes from? What inspired that? And what's the actual legacy you're trying to build and leave behind and carve out? What's the lane you want to carve out in the fashion world?
Go ahead, man.
I'll let you answer.
No, you got it.
All right, I'll do the name. Okay, so Imperial. Well, I'm gonna
Go
let you
ahead.
do it.
No, you already got
No,
it.
you got
Go
it.
ahead.
You got it.
Go ahead. You got it.
Okay, we're all kings, queens, princes, and princesses. Fate only determines a small part of who we become. So I feel like I'm leaving stuff out.
No,
Now,
you're doing it good.
you on point.
So, which, yeah, I feel like I'm not saying it right.
No, you stop. Switch it to, and then go.
Basically, you determine your own destiny. So to wear Imperial Legacy is for you to make the statement that you want to be, you're going to stand in who you are. So you will, yeah, I guess that's basically it.
Yeah. So I mean, the
Yeah.
platform is designed to inspire, showing people they know that they couldn't do it, that they can. Doesn't matter where you come from, where you live, what state, what city, background. If you have a passion for something, go for it.
I love the message. That's dope what you got going on. The representation is dope because I've seen it. It's different when you. If I didn't see it, I couldn't speak on it with such confidence because I just heard the name. It's like that's dope. It means something. But actually seeing it and actually seeing that what you speak on, you actually represent, and the people you surround you guys actually represent the same thing with the same goal. It's dope to speak on. I can speak on it with such confidence. I actually saw with my own two eyes and actually interacting with both of you. It was a beautiful thing. I know you have as far as collections, how do you how do you come up with the names of collections and what do you want your collection to inspire? Because I want to get into the feelings collection, but before that, I kind of want people to know like, because you could just put out clothes and just be like, here goes some shirts, here goes some sweaters, and that could be it. Well, when it comes to actually brainstorming and putting together a collection, what goes into that as far as what you put in the collection and even the name of the collection?
It depends on, I guess it depends on the season and how I'm feeling at the particular time. And then I build it up from there. So like we just did one called The Color Purple, which of course is a play off The Color Purple. And the theme is all the different shades of purple. And it basically is it's more of a grown and sexy collection as far as colorways. It's still loud, but it's like loud and then like still tone at the same time.
Okay, that makes sense because I almost forgot that the fashion show was a play on Austin Powers and they clone Tyrone. And when I read that, I was like, yo, that alone sounds crazy. Like, no, I just gotta see this. And it was definitely, again, I don't want to keep repeating this, but it was so eye popping and colorful, and not in a bad way, in a great way. It wasn't like bright and loud. It was just colorful and exciting. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, how they did that? I didn't think that much went together, but how they made that happen though, you know what I'm saying? So that is dope. Now do both of you guys come up with the name of a collection together, and how does that play out? Or you do the name K and it's just like she just approves it, or how does that play out?
It depends.
Yeah.
I might throw something out and be like, what you think about that? And she'll be like, nah. I'm like, okay, what about this one? She's like, nah. I'm like, okay, what you got then? And she'll say something, I'm like, okay.
Or sometimes we'll meet in the middle. It just depends. It just kind of depends on what's
in the
going on.
beginning, it was a lot more me. Now, I'm gonna get a point to, it's both of us, not just me. So she has to have an influence on what's created.
Okay, that's dope. Now, has there ever been something you put out when she was like, nah, I ain't feeling that, but you was like, nah, this is it. This
Absolutely.
and
And it's always a hit because I feel like my fashion sense is a lot more tame than his. And sometimes I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, well, I'm gonna do it. And then he'll do it. And it's like, everyone's like, oh my God, this is amazing. Where's this been all my life? And I'm like, oh, well, I was wrong.
Tim Hitchie would have told you so.
No, he doesn't. He's a good big brother most of the times.
Like I said, I was reading a little bit of you guys' story, and I was reading about the feelings collection. Like, what inspired the feelings collection, and kind of break that down because I was reading about it, but I kind of wanted you guys to kind of break it down and get the people that don't know about it just a little background about that collection and actually what it meant to you guys.
I'll let you start.
Okay, I'll start this time. All right, so for the feelings collection, being mental health professionals, I want to do something that capitalized on that. So Drake had that one song, In My Feelings, right? That was very real popular, whatever. And I was like, And I told my sister, hey, what about if you wore your feelings? And she's like, what you mean? And I said, let me work on some things and see what you think. So I started working on different concepts, playing around with the words feelings and different colors and so on and so on. And the original time we presented the collection, it was just like it's basically just the words feelings, but it's you'd have to look at it to see that's what it said. So then I was thinking about it again. We're talking back and forth, and I was watching this Kung Fu flick, Five Deadly Venoms. I was like, I got an idea. I said, what about if we do five feelings? And she's like, I said, check it out. So I separated it in colors, and then I presented it, see what she thought about it, and it stuck. So we went with. And now you can talk about the colors.
Yeah, so every color represents a feeling. So blue represents sadness, yellow is happiness, pink is love, green is envy, and red is anger. And then if you put them all together, we call it crisis.
Oh, crisis.
Yeah. So yeah, just our take on being in your feelings and kind of being able to show your emotions without saying anything.
That is creative. That's dope. I like what you said, Kay, when you said like you said you had the word feelings, but you had to really look closer to see the word. It made me think about actually mental health because you have to pay attention to actually see what the mental health that someone is going through, because people don't walk around just with signs saying I got mental health. Sometimes the happiest people on the outside are going through the most craziest stuff on the inside. So was that on purpose was that a correlation type of thing with that?
Yes, we're trying to I like to add a lot of depth into clothes as much as I can, like kind of hit as many like different levels to it as possible.
Yeah, that's fire. That is fire right there, man, for real. Again, with the feelings on your clothes, how was the feedback with that collection? And it's not even sale wise, just as far as word of mouth and what people felt about the actual concept and what you were kind of get across.
Some people get it off the back, and then some people have to like once it's explained, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's love regardless, but I kind of like it when people figure it out on their own if I may have to say something about it. So, and that's with any of the collections, but especially with that one.
Okay, that's cool. Oh, I got a question from the comments. Honey Stacks. Shout out to Honey Stacks on the check-in. Shout out to everybody on the check-in and commenting and sharing the video. She said, "What feeling would you make for the color white or black?"
I gotta think about that one.
I like that.
But our original collection was white and black.
I would say melancholy.
That's dope.
That's pretty melancholy.
What was the name of that?
Yeah.
Was there a name of that collection, the original collection?
It was just feelings.
Okay.
And then when we did the second part, we did a series 2.
Okay, that's all. When you say you're inspired, like I know you're inspired by outside things and things that what. How do you per se, like as far as the mental health, how do you get that across without offending people or assuming? Because it's like again, it's a touchy subject and it's hard to just have a conversation sometimes because people don't know where they stand, and sometimes it's so many triggers that trigger people that they don't even know it's a trigger. So how do you convey the message you're coming across through the fashion, whether it's at events or whether it's at pop-up shops or whatever you guys do? How do you convey that message without coming off offensive?
What would you say?
I don't know. I wouldn't say we even necessarily automatically bring it up. It's just kind of something that happens organically. I feel like because in our other business we're mental health case managers, and it's something I feel like when you look like us, sometimes people don't look at you the same way they look at somebody like in an office, and they're more willing to just be comfortable and talk and have those conversations.
Okay.
So I feel like it kind of just comes up. They'll just talk to us about different collections, and I'll start mentioning them. And what is feelings? I'll talk about it like, oh, that's neat. Like I never thought about it like that.
Okay, that's cool. It kind of goes right, segue right into the mental health conversation, which I think is good because again, sometimes that's a touchy subject. What do you guys what do you guys want to leave? Like what's the I know it's the message is mental health awareness and things, but what like when someone says your imperial legacy, what you want, what's next? It's like how we say Jordan, we know, oh, yo, basketball and this. When someone mentions imperial legacy, what's the next few words you want to come up to that in that sentence? Or what do you see on the legacy being, if there was one word, it doesn't have to be one word, but if there was one thing, what would it, what do you see the legacy leaving behind when you guys aren't here? I like that. I got you guys thinking.
You do.
I
mean, like creative fashion sibling.
But he's saying like what we want people to think, like when they say imperial legacy, what comes after that? Like embodiment in one word.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a word; it could be a sentence, but just because I know you, because the track you're on, you're definitely gonna leave a legacy. It's gonna be imperial legacy. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't think this, or we wouldn't feel this, we wouldn't have this confidence. So even if it's dealing with mental health, we wouldn't be able to talk about mental health. Or show it through fashion, because you guys are doing something that not everyone is not doing, because it's a touchy thing. To bring awareness through fashion, everyone's not doing that. Even those that can do it, because of the backlash they might receive. So I know you guys are gonna. I just don't want to think what you guys, because I know creating the process and growing from your first show to now to where you guys are. It's like, yo, we're touching so many people in so many different ways. I'm pretty sure. I'm assuming right now that you guys have a conversation like, oh, we leaving what we leaving behind? What's our thing? Because we have a thing, and seeing it was the love you received through the people that were involved and the people you had surrounding that event. There was no bit of negative energy or cinch anywhere like that I saw. I don't know what happened backstage, but that I didn't see any. I didn't see a frowning face. I didn't see anybody upset. Even when the things, if a model didn't have something going wrong, we didn't know. There was no signs. Everybody was just so positive and uplifted. And that's it right there. You're gonna leave behind, in my eyes, just a positive, uplifting a way where we can do this. We can do this. I can be big. I can be the darkest one in the room or the lightest one in the room, and still come out here and be me and be confident about what I'm doing and who I am. So that's what I got from the show I saw. And just talking with you guys now and just being around the environment that Imperial Legacy is, the experience. Like I said, it wasn't a show to me; it was an experience, because I've never been to a show like that, as far as the visuals, the people. I forgot my co-host's name. I don't want to mess her name up, but she was a wonderful person.
Sunbeams.
Yeah, Harmonica Sunbeam. She's a wonderful person, and that was the first time I actually met a drag queen in person. And it was great to me having a conversation and just getting her side of things, just her side of life and how she sees things. So it was great, and I again I thank you for that experience. So I just think I think I just answered the question for you. I'm sorry. I just get caught up.
I would agree with your answer, yeah, because I was saying, yeah, because I'm thinking like possibilities. I feel like we represent that no matter who you are, where you come from, what you're doing, that you can be whatever you want to be as long as you believe in yourself. Me and him both have other careers, and we've pushed, and we believe in taking other people with us. So any opportunity that we are able to take somebody along, we do. So in New York, we had models from El Paso with us out there that flew out there that have come a couple of times. We just want to uplift those around us in our community. If we can help you while helping ourselves, why not?
Dope. And again, that family oriented vibe y'all have with the people, the entrepreneurs in your company and the models. And I saw a few of your models that week and two after the show. And one guy, I'm like, yo, for the show. He's like, what? He ignored me, but when he came back with the model, I'm like, he's like, oh, yo, that was you. I said, yeah, I told you I knew you, man. You trying to act like you didn't know me because you couldn't recognize me, man. But it was dope. I want to ask you, that you mentioned you have, because you do have work lives, regular lives outside of the brand, the company. How do you keep the balance? You know, how do you guys balance the work life and like, I don't know if you have kids or whatever the case may be, husbands, wives, whatever, but how do you guys balance regular life and building the brand and building Imperial legacy?
I feel like it depends on the season. So like there's fashion is of course in seasons. So
Yeah.
when it's fashion season, it's a little bit more on Imperial Legacy. And when it's not fashion season, it's a little bit more, it's definitely more focused on home and our other business. So that's how we balance. And we just kind of, with our days, we kind of work our day job during the day and do Imperial Legacy at night. But then sometimes they seep into each other. So it's a day, one day at a time, kind
Yeah,
of.
I mean, it kind of plays off. The both companies kind of play off each other, so it allows us a little bit more flexibility.
Yeah.
That's good because you know a lot of people. Shout out to Get Real on checking. So a lot of people, you know, we don't have a lot of people. We don't have maids and stuff like that to take care of our kids or do certain things for us. So I just want people to understand that what you when you do putting together a show and living doing what y'all do and having a regular life, it's very difficult. We don't see well, a lot of people don't see the tears, the sacrifice, the sweat, and you know what the things we give up. You guys give up, and the time you may lose with loved ones, or the events you might have to miss, or you know, graduation, whatever the case may be, to build this dream, to build this generational wealth. You know what I mean? Because it's easier said than done. And, you know, this is a 24-hour thing, building generational wealth. Because, like you said, sometimes regular life seeps into company life, and company life seeps into regular life. You gotta still find that balance, because you're doing it for a reason. You know, you have a purpose. So, sometimes people just seem to forget that they think it's easy because they see the success of it or the aftermath. Like shout out to Honey Stacks, the process. They don't understand this and that's the successful part about it. It's not actually getting there. It's actually this process, right? What you guys are doing, going to work and then building Imperial legacy and keeping that balance. That to me, that's the successful part of growing a business and doing what you guys are doing. Shout out to you guys. Salute to y'all again. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys are amazing. Um, I had a question, but I said something and it blew my question off. If I was doing something good, but letting me just go because I did you guys had so much stuff, and what I said is just really the tip of the iceberg. This whole hour interview is just a little bit of what you guys do and what you represent. But I just wanted to make sure I try to touch on the key points and what you guys are doing and the imprint you are leaving in your community. Matter of fact, where are you from? I didn't even get to ask where y'all from.
I mean, we military brats, so we from everywhere. But
Oh,
We live in
we live in El Paso. This is my dad's last duty post. So
we've been here a long time.
I had my oldest son here, so I got stuck, and that's what
happened. What you said, military brats, makes a lot of sense as far as the discipline and the discipline you have to build a business, and especially a sibling business and working a regular life and and trying to build generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? Oh, someone asked. That's what I was supposed to ask. Can we see? Do you have any clothes we can see? Is there anything we can see that you have with you on hand that we can see? That's what I. Yeah, thank you, Gil
yeah,
Rios. Thank you, because that's what I almost forgot. I appreciate you, Gil Rios. Thank you.
Show something purple.
Yeah. So, color purple collection.
Sure. So we just we did a men's show in San Antonio. And so for the 50th anniversary of hip hop, we have our Juicy Prince.
Ooh,
one of our
that's the best? That's fire. That is fire. Woo-wee. You know, if you're ever feeling freaky, you know, I wear a medium to a large kind of.
Okay, I got you. We got you. We definitely got you.
Fire right there. Woo, Biggie. Woo, that's fire. Woo, man. Woo, that's fire. He would love that. He was alive.
Another new one. And then it has
I like that. The color
matching pants.
The color schemes is illy. Ellie.
Is this the purple camo?
No, no.
Ellie, you get the purple camo. You don't see purple camo nowhere. Ellie. What is that like? Is that linen, like a linen suit, or
Yes.
okay? Oh, comfortable. Y'all swagging, huh?
And then he's got a thing for snake print. So we did a
Mm,
purple, and then
mm,
everything has
mm.
matching
I see
jackets,
tops and bottoms.
shoes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
your boy fire.
So we can
That
do a
boy,
little bit of head to toe. We can do everything.
that's fire. You hear that, people? Get tap in. They do custom. Tap in. Whatever idea you got, it can be your wildest idea. They bring it to life for you, man. You see what's going on. You see what he got. You see what he got you see what he got in the stash, in the stashito. Do you have any shoes you can show?
Yes, you do.
Because I know them, I saw a few that I was like, yo, no, he from space. He not thinking about Earth. He ain't thinking on Earth right now.
Yeah, he's been busy making new shoes that we're planning on premiering next year. So
Dope.
these are the Purple Rains.
Look at that. If Prince was here to see those, ooh we look at that. Fire. Oh, yeah, what's that bottom is fire. What's that, like a gummy bottom,
Yeah,
like a little concrete type of thing?
yeah.
Yes.
That's fire.
These are
Woo!
the Serpent
A,
Dreams,
a
Serpent
snake
Skin
skin?
Dreams.
A snake skin?
Yeah, that's what it. Yeah, and then
Ooh,
our logo on the top. So these are like wallaby style.
I see. Oh, those are fire. You should have. Y'all ain't had that Wu Tang.
That's what
You should have had that Ghostface or something.
that's what that's for right there. Supreme
Oh, look at
clientele.
that. How do I know that? Look at that. That's
Oh, that
fire.
is his inspiration. He loves Wu-Tang.
Look
And these
at
are the
that.
Pankities.
That's illy. Now you actually made the sneakers, or do you have a manufacturer? Because those is illy.
We got a manufacturer, but we designed these though.
You are.
So he makes
Yeah.
so he draws them, he creates them fully from the ground up, and then he sends it to the manufacturer, and then they take it and they make it a reality.
That's illy, man. Yo, that's dope. That's fire. Y'all might. I think y'all might. I don't know if you ever heard of this dude. He does sneakers too. Black. Sia Collective. Somewhere in America. He does everything from the ground up, just like you guys. But I think this creative wise, I think if y'all can did a collabo, that might be crazy. I'm not saying I have to or anything. I'm just thought about it because how creative you guys are and how creative he is, and y'all both black owned. I think I could just see what will come out of that. It'll be from freaking Uranus or some shit like that. The way y'all think. It'll be out of control, man, for real. But those are fire, man. Those are fire. The color schemes, the fact that you got matching tops and bottoms, all of those. Matter of fact, hold on. Do you have any earrings there? You have any earrings?
Uh,
Oh, she pulled them off the air. Look at
Just
that.
took her earring off.
yeah, I did. Well, it's right here. Yeah.
That's
So they say
my boy.
Imperial in the middle. So like there are little throwback earrings, because so they're called the 80 babies,
Yeah.
and then we have sizes that go up. What the huge ones are called, like what do you call them?
The dolphins, yeah.
Mm.
The dolphin.
Yeah. Cause they big hoops. Yeah, so
I was gonna say bamboo earring, but he took it a size up.
yeah.
But that's Ellie. Again, we before we cut out of here, I just wanna, and before y'all give y'all where people can find y'all, how people connect to y'all, I wanna just again give y'all flowers, salute to what y'all got going on and what you guys represent, and just how much y'all mean to the fashion world and especially in the black community and what you guys got going on. I love it that you guys are just going left field and doing your own thing, creating your own path and carving out your own space in fashion because especially being black because it's so hard. It's 20 times hard. It's hard to get in fashion anyway, but it's 20 million times harder for us and for us to keep our creativity without them trying to always take some shit from us, without us trying to sell, sell out. And the fact that you guys are just staying the course and being true to who you are and what you want to represent and the message you want to get out there, that just means a lot to future. People like myself. I have I'm a clothing brand. I'm not a designer. I don't do what you do. I'm learning that, but you inspire me because again, it's like seeing what you do is like I can do that. You know, I can do whatever my mind does. Why not? Why not? Why just do it? So I salute to you. I appreciate what you guys are doing. The fact that you're a brother and sister is freaking dope. The fact that, because I just love that, you know, I don't think our black women get enough credit for what they do as far as holding us down, whether it's a sister or a wife or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Because they hold us down in times where we need, when we're weak. You know what I'm saying? We need that strength. A woman, a good sister, a good wife, a good mother, a good girl will be there for us, especially when, as a man, we're able to show our emotions, you know, without being judged. So, salute to you guys. Thank you again for allowing me to be a part of that event. I appreciate it. Please let people know where they can find y'all, what y'all got going on for the future, how they could purchase your clothes, whatever. The platform, the floor is yours, guys.
Okay. You can find us on Instagram at IL_clothing. You can buy our clothes on Instagram. You can also go to our website, www.imperiallegacyclothing.com. We're always running sales and stuff, so don't let the prices scare you. What's it? Oh, yes, we have a show in LA next Saturday. We're doing the Muse LA, and I think that's our last show of the year.
Okay, dope. And do you want to say, Kay?
No.
All right.
No.
Yeah, I want to again thank you for just taking the time out to being on this platform. Continue to be great. Continue to write your own history. Continue to, you know, carve your own path and bring awareness to mental health. Continue to just be yourselves and be courageous, man. I salute to you guys. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all again, and just keep making history, man. Keep building Imperial legacy, and I hope to work with y'all again in the near or further future, however that works out. You know, it was great to meet y'all. It was great knowing y'all. It's good to know y'all, and I hope we keep in touch. And I gotta give me one of them jackets. I gotta give y'all ideas so I can make me one with my logo on it, and we could do it for real. I definitely gotta get y'all something because I definitely want something that's a one-on-one that I might put in the case and just might never wear, just to say that somebody that dope did it for real. Because sometimes you just gotta guess it and don't wear it. You gotta keep it because it's just timeless. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So I definitely will be letting y'all know and giving y'all the details on that going down the line. But thank you for y'all time. I appreciate it. Shout out to Imperial Legacy, the models, everybody that are checked in. Follow them. Imperial IL_clothing on all platforms. Please check them out. They're dope. And don't just post support black business. Really support black business and stop asking for a fucking discount. Damn. Shit, man. Pay the price, man. Shit. And leave a tip too. Fuck. God damn. Well, again, thank y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of your night, and I appreciate y'all. Have a good
Thanks
night.
for having us. You
Okay,
too.
appreciate you.
Bye.
Problem. Thank you. Wow, another great show with great people. Shout out to Imperial Legacy Clothing. Dope. Please, everybody get in contact with them. Again, IL_clothing. Follow them. Shout out to everybody that tuned in, commented, shared the video. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, Imperial Legacy, man. Dope clothing line, dope people, dope vibe, dope models. They're just a dope experience, man. They're an experience in itself. You saw some of the clothes, dope. That Biggie vest was crazy, crazy. Oh my goodness, that Biggie vest was crazy. But again, thank you for everybody that tuned in. Thank you to my Certified Nation family for tuning in. Thank you for everybody that tuned in, gave a comment, shared the video, and just took time out to enjoy the platform. Thank y'all. Y'all know my mantra, man. Write your own history or someone will write it for you. Y'all have a good night. Stay righteous. Don't just be active. Be productive. It's only